Forget everything you thought was going to happen this NBA offseason. Because before LeBron James had even played a single game in Philadelphia, the pressure had already exploded. On paper, this looked like the move that could finally bring another championship to the 76ers. One of the greatest players in NBA history, joining forces with an MVP in Joel Embiid, a rising superstar in Tyrese Maxey, and a roster built to win right now. But sometimes, the biggest problems don't appear on the court. They begin behind the scenes. Expectations, chemistry, egos, media pressure, and impossible championship demands. Suddenly, every move Philadelphia makes is under a microscope. Every practice becomes a headline. Every loss becomes a crisis. And if things don't click immediately, this super team could fall apart before it ever reaches its full potential. So how did one of the biggest moves in NBA history become surrounded by so many questions? Let's break it all down. Chapter 1. Why LeBron chose Philadelphia. LeBron didn't need another team. He needed one last opportunity. At this stage of his career, LeBron James isn't chasing individual awards anymore. He's chasing history. Every decision is about one thing: winning another championship. Philadelphia offered something few teams could: an MVP caliber center, one of the fastest young guards in basketball, a coach with championship experience, and a front office willing to go all in. From the outside, the move looked perfect. LeBron wouldn't have to carry the offense every night. Joel Embiid could dominate inside. Tyrese Maxey could push the pace. The supporting cast could focus on defending and shooting. It sounded like the perfect formula, but NBA history has taught us something important. Talent doesn't automatically create championships. Sometimes it creates even bigger problems.
All they really need here is a power forward.
I want to, join a franchise that kind of shares the same, Bible as myself, and that's like, but trusting the process more than anything. I think you trust the process.
I know Savannah didn't approve this. Nobody approves going to Philly. Adam Silver, does he not know them little ass statues they made? The little ass statue they did for Allen Iverson, the little ass LeBron James.
Going to Philly, I think is great. He got a lot of really good players. Got to right on the, right over the hump, or right on the hump, and have an opportunity to get over that hurdle and crush and winning the title.
LeBron James is headed to Philly, the instant title favorites. Man, I didn't see this one coming. I mean, I didn't think he was going to go to Philly, man. Being cold, I was joking around that the old folks go to Miami and stuff like that. I guess not. It was already pretty loaded. The team was already pretty loaded. Now, I think this takes the Sixers over the top to win the NBA championship for next year. But, maybe for the next couple years. It was a 2-year deal.
Chapter 2. The pressure is already out of control. Nobody is asking if Philadelphia will make the playoffs. They're asking why they haven't won the championship yet. That's the reality of adding LeBron James. The expectations become impossible. Every regular season loss becomes breaking news. Every missed shot gets analyzed. Every disagreement becomes front page material. For Joel Embiid, the pressure is even greater. For years, critics have questioned whether he can stay healthy long enough to lead a championship team. Now, those excuses disappear because LeBron is here. Anything short of the NBA Finals will be viewed as failure, and that creates a dangerous environment. Championship pressure can unite a team or completely tear it apart. Chapter 3. Can this offense actually work? Having great players isn't enough. Somebody has to sacrifice. Basketball is simple. There's only one ball. LeBron has spent 2 decades controlling offenses. Joel Embiid is at his best when everything runs through him in the post. Tyrese Maxey became a star because he had freedom to attack. Now, someone has to adjust. Will LeBron play more off the ball? Will Embiid sacrifice touches? Will Maxey become more of a playmaker than a scorer? These aren't small questions. They're season-defining decisions. Because history is filled with super teams that looked unbeatable until they actually started playing together. Chapter 4. The biggest problem isn't basketball. Sometimes championship teams fail long before the playoffs begin. Talent wins games. Chemistry wins championships. That's what Philadelphia must figure out. LeBron arrives with enormous leadership experience, but this is still Joel Embiid's franchise. How will leadership be shared? Who takes the final shot?
That, Jay Williams, is how I see this Sixers team. I have no idea how it's going to go. He could not have chosen a more interesting situation in which it blows up in a spectacular fashion. But Jay Will, if it goes right, I could see scenarios in which
Ultimately, within itself, it's just it's cinema, right? And hearing this news and thinking about it literally left me with the biggest thought. You have to address the elephant in the room. The last 3 seasons, those are the amount of games that Joel Embiid has played in the regular season. It's one of the biggest risks out there that I don't hear people really talking about. It's one of the biggest storylines that I think we'll ever see in sports.
which is, and Monica, I'm just going to make the statement and then I'd be interested to hear your response.
Success that the Sixers have been finding without Joel Embiid, that if he is healthy as an MVP in this league, a force to be reckoned with for sure in terms of hoisting that Larry O'Brien trophy a very real possibility in Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia has uniquely figured out how to really highlight Tyrese Maxey. And to do that alongside Jaylen Brown, you add LeBron James playing whatever role he needs to play, because we've seen him do that over the course of his career, his ability to unlock the talent that he is around. While Joel Embiid is a huge...
Whose voice matters most inside the locker room? Winning solves everything. Losing creates questions. And once those questions begin, they spread quickly. We've seen it happen before. One frustrating loss becomes 3. 3 become 5. Confidence disappears. Media pressure grows louder. And suddenly, a championship favorite starts looking ordinary.
Completely agree. I think the challenge for Nick Nurse to innovate and get the most out of Jaylen Brown. This is a guy, season coming off of saying that he viewed himself as the guy who should win the MVP. You're getting a guy in his guys last year. He's healthier. 3 years and like 160 something million invested in him. LeBron James has done stuff like this throughout his...
Like, this is yours, man.
Yeah.
Like, take it. Like, this is just now forward that same scenario for LeBron James to Jaylen Brown. Play with Luka, where he's had to learn how to cater to different personalities. That's why when Monica and I talk about unlocking, you can unlock caliber player, and actually helps LeBron James, it helps Joel Embiid, and it helps everybody on that team.
Monica?
The Boston Celtics and win another challenge? Absolutely. I have a hard time believing that there's going to be an issue between Jaylen Brown. Yes, there are things to be figured out, but that is on every great championship team or every great team, period. They're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be an issue. I just think it's a humongous challenge. I don't think it's I just think that's the real challenge here. People are talking about how LeBron's going to fit. It's Jaylen Brown. That's the question.
You are willing to do anything you want in order to get that little revenge. You realize later in life, maybe for what Jaylen Brown wants to be. And there's one dude that understands a little bit and can play into that about what that feeling is. Like, that's LeBron James. He can talk Jaylen Brown through that.
And the only other thing that I'll offer, Greeny, is I think Tyrese Maxey in this is also a very unique thrust a little bit into more of a leadership role, I think, in Philadelphia than maybe was intended earlier, that has really embraced helping to foster a camaraderie where guys feel valued and we're all pulling in the same direction. And so gregariousness and the joy that he plays with, combined with these guys being focused on an incredible opportunity, I think it's going to be really good in Philly.
Yeah, Wendy, to sort of sum up this part of the conversation, I think once upon a time, Walt Frazier and Earl Monroe were arch rivals, and they both played the same position, and Monroe got traded to the Knicks.
Yes, and he was finding a place. He took a lesser role in LA last year. I don't think enough attention is being paid to that getting adapted to this team, even if LeBron James weren't on it. And now LeBron James has been added to it. We got to get through training camp and figure out how these 5 guys are going to play together.
Chapter 5. The Eastern Conference won't wait. Philadelphia isn't the only team chasing a title. The East has become a battlefield. Every contender believes this is their opportunity. Boston still has championship experience. Milwaukee refuses to disappear. Miami always finds a way to surprise people. New York continues getting stronger. Nobody is handing Philadelphia anything. Every playoff series will feel like a war, which means this new group doesn't have months to figure things out. They have to build chemistry fast, because every contender will be trying to expose every weakness. final chapter, boom, or disaster. This could become one of the greatest moves in NBA history or one of its biggest disappointments. That's what makes this situation so fascinating. The talent is undeniable, the experience is undeniable, the championship opportunity is real, but so are the risks. LeBron is entering the final chapter of an incredible career. Joel Embiid is still trying to silence every playoff critic. Tyrese Maxey wants to prove he's more than just a rising star. Each player has something to prove. The question is, can they prove it together? Because if they succeed, Philadelphia could finally end decades of frustration. But if they fail, this offseason won't be remembered for creating a super team. It'll be remembered as the moment everything started falling apart. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think LeBron James and the 76ers will win an NBA championship? Or is this super team already facing too many problems? Drop your prediction in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more NBA documentaries, breaking news, and basketball stories. Because if this offseason has taught us anything, it's that in the NBA, everything can change overnight.